Hello everybody. How are you guys? Today I have for you guys a tutorial on this mini album that I create, and I share this project with you guys. And some of you guys was asking me, Maria, can you show us how you did the binding of the mini album? And I'm going to share with you guys the best I could on how I create this mini album. I'm going to create a very similar one, same size and everything, so you guys can maybe learn or get inspiration from this. I have to say that this mini album is mainly for pictures that are very small, like if you have one of those Polaroids mini cameras that take the pictures very small, or if you have a printer or anything like that, like those sprocket from HP, I think, and Canon has another printer that print your pictures very small. That's what I recommend you guys, this type of size of mini album. For a regular photo size, I don't recommend that because the pages are not that big. um I run out of the cardboard. That's what I was showing you guys, the regular cardboard. And we all have in our house boxes of cookies or boxes, cereal boxes. So today I use a cereal box, and I'm showing you guys. And I use a cereal box because it's pretty much the same thickness, and it will work very good, so you don't have to spend much money and you can recycle something that you have in your house. These cardboard pieces are going to be your what we call our cover for our album, and the size for that pieces of cardboard, it's going to be six width 6 inches width by 4 3/4 inches long. And we're gonna cut two pieces of the same size. And for the spine, we're gonna need a piece of cardboard that is a 7/8 of an inch, and it's gonna be 4 3/4 long. So I'm writing the measurement in the cardboard, and if you guys need to stop the video, you guys can. I also want to say that this video is going to be very long. I tried to short it as much as I can, but it was very hard, and that's why I'm also doing a voiceover, because it's very hard for me to record a video. And if you make some mistakes and all that, which I didn't. I don't think I did. Maybe once that more ahead on the video, I will show you what it was my mistake. But other than that, everything run out very smoothly. But doing tutorials is very challenging, I have to say that. So I hope you guys stay with me and see the whole process of this, because it's very nice and it's so easy to make. Now I'm having two pieces of cardstock, and I use 110-pound cardstock. I got that from Walmart, and I'm using two pieces, and it's the size 8.5 by 11. It's like a regular, like, typewriter paper. And I'm going to cut the papers in the same size. Well, not in the same size. I'm going to cut a piece that is going to be the 11 inches long, and it's going to be 4 3/4 inches. Sorry, I'm going to start again. 11 inches long, or width, 11 inches width by 4 3/4 inch long. Again, 11-inch width by 4 3/4 inch long. And the next piece of paper, it's going to be measured measuring 6 inches width by 4 3/4 inches long. That's all what we're gonna need for now. And I'm kind of showing you guys. That's how the papers looks like. One piece is gonna be long, like very long, and the other one's gonna be shorter. But remember that I'm saying long, but we're gonna use that as horizontal position for our album. And I think I'm writing down there in the piece of paper the measurement, because I don't want you guys to get all confused. And if you have to stop the video and look back into the measurement that I just write down, you can. So, and I'm writing down that it's 11. The big piece is 11 inches, and the by 4 3/4, and the other one is 6 inch by 4 3/4. Now that we have the papers like that, is when we're gonna start gluing everything together. And to glue everything together, I decide to use a double-sided tape that I got from Walmart, from Dollar Tree. And I hope that worked. I was hoping that worked. It did work. It did hold pretty well. Maybe in one area it come out a little bit apart, but I just put a little bit of hot glue, and it did work very well. I don't recommend you guys using hot glue to put this album together, because if you're not quick enough to work with the hot glue, you're gonna have the glue dries fast, and then the glue gonna look all chunky, and you're gonna have all those lumps all over your album. And you want something that looks smooth and beautiful. So I don't recommend you guys using the hot glue. If you think you're good enough with the hot glue and you'll be able to press your paper very well, where you don't gonna notice the lumps or anything like that, well, go ahead and use it. But I don't use it because of that, because I'm afraid that my glue gets like cold quick enough, and I won't be able to smooth my paper as I want. I kind of feel like a little bit perfectionist about that, so that's why I don't do that. But now I'm going to start gluing the paper with the cardstock together to create the cover for the album. And you guys can see I have to remove it because it wasn't even enough, and I'll go ahead and redo that again. Guys, see? And there we have it. We already glue our first piece. For the spine piece, we're gonna leave about 1/8 of an inch in between the cardstock and the piece of the cardstock for the spine. We're gonna leave a space, because if you don't leave the space, your album won't close and your album will break very easily. So we need to make sure that we leave that about 1/8 of an inch, because this album is not that big. But if you have a bigger album, I recommend more space. It depends what size of album you're gonna do. Of course, I'm giving you these measurements, but you can alter your album and do a bigger size if you want to. That's a step to you. I'm just doing the tutorial on base my other album that I did previously. And I already glued the long piece of paper. So now, instead of putting the paper for that, only that part. I don't do that. I just cover the whole other piece of cardstock completely. And the measurement again is 6 by 4 3/4. So I'm going to glue that there. As you guys notice, this is a very quick process, and I fast forward a lot of the video because if it's not, we're gonna be here like for maybe 2 hours almost, and we don't want that. So the camera will be moving a little bit because my camera was charging at the same time I was recording, and I keep bumping in the cord, so I apologize for that. But right there, I'm trying to make sure that everything is aligned and it's going to look very, very nice. Okay, so there we have it. Now we have our front part completely covered, and now I'm getting the ruler and I'm bending the page, and I'm bending between the spine and the front cover, and I'm gonna do the same thing in between the spine and the back cover. Why I'm doing that? So we have a crease and our paper won't get broke or anything like that. And there you have it. That's how I be binding my albums, because it's very, very easy, and this way is very, very easy. And this is not an original idea from me. I watch a lady, she's from Spain, her name is Sonia, I think is her name. And I watch her, and she showed an album that she was making in a bigger size, and I kind of get my own measurements, and I come up with this. But she used the same type of binding as I'm doing there. So now I'm covering the other side of the front cover of the mini album, and it's exactly the same process. You guys gonna see. And again, I'm using that tape. That tape is, I have to say, it's holding very, very well. It's a pretty good double-sided tape. It, like I said, it was just in a few parts where it didn't glue like very, very well. But I'm also working in a basement where it's cold, so I don't know if you are in a room where the temperature is warmer, it may you don't have that problem at all. So you see, it's exactly the same process for both sides. And this type of binding, you can use it for an album or mini album or journal or anything like that, anything you want like that. You can use this type of binding because it's easy, and you know it's very nice how your papers move throughout the album and all that. It's very, very nice. So there is that. I'm rubbing it like that so the glue get warmer and it stick better. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the ruler. I'm going to bend the cover pages, so you guys see. And now I do that completely without the ruler because we already have the creases where our album is going to be bending. And there you have it. You're gonna have something that look like that. And isn't that so easy? I think it's so easy. I've been watching album tutorials for a very long time, and I try to come up with albums, measurements and stuff, and I every time I try I fail. And this time I said I'm going to try this way that she's showing, and it did work for me. So I'm happy that I'm already making my second one. And it's so easy. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to show you the inside of the album, it's going to be the pages, the inside pages. The measurements are going to be 6 1/4 by 4 3/8, and we're gonna score at 1/2 inch each one of the papers. Okay, again, the measurement of the inside pages are 6 1/4 by 4 3/8, and we're gonna score at 1/2 inch each one of the papers. And I'm going to show you right now how is that we are going to score that. You guys see? Just 1/2 inch of each paper. And those papers we are going to decorate them too, to make them look very, very nice and to have a cute mini album. So after we score every one of them, I'm going to put my scoring board aside, and I'm going to show how we're gonna glue them together. And I'm going to use my bone folder to making, the page to fold a little bit better, but without pressing too much on it, because I don't want the paper to broke. And using my tape runner, my double-sided tape runner, I'm going to glue the pages together. So, but first, like I said, I'm going to use my bone folder, and I'm gonna make them the fold very nicely. And there I'm checking the mini album, how I want to open and how I'm going to position my paper and all that, because you have to make sure how you want to position the paper. And now we are going to start gluing all the pages. And to glue all the pages, in the part that it flaps, that flappy part, the measure 1/2 inch, that's where I'm going to put the double-sided tape, and I'm going to glue the pages, as you guys see, one on top of each other. And I make kind of a mistake there because, and you guys gonna see that in a little bit, I glue all my pages, and then the flappy part that I have to leave to glue that those pages to the cover, I didn't leave it because I was thinking to add more pages to the album, but then I changed my mind and I decided do with you guys the whole process. So I have to grab my cutting board again and cut more paper and add more paper to it, so you guys will have that part flip back and forth so we can glue it to the album, because that's how we wanted it. But I think the album come out very nice. You guys gonna see how nice these albums are going to be. And right in there, that's I'm doing. I'm gluing all the pages. I have all the pages gluing back together. And I'm showing, if you're gonna glue the album, how it's going to look. But like I said, I was thinking to leave it like that and end the video like this, but then as I was going, I decided why not do the whole process with you guys, and you guys can see how I did everything and have measurements for everything. And I hope you guys actually like the tutorial, because I enjoy so much making these. It was, to me, to make one of these in an hour and some minutes, it was very very easy, because the first one, it took me forever to create. I think I was like in my craft room like maybe 3 hours just creating that mini album that I share with you guys. And now that I have the practice, that I know what I'm doing, that I know the measurements and all that, it's more easier for me to create them. And that's what I'm doing. Like I told you guys, that I'm going to add a few pages to, you know, have the tutorial complete for you guys, because I wanted to see it done too. And sometimes it's better like that, because sometimes I start a project and then I put it aside and it passed 1, 2, 3 months and I don't finish it. So this time I'm proud and I'm happy that I finished everything with you guys. So there's me adding more pages and trying to find a way to glue all that to the album. But there you have that piece that I'm telling you, the half an inch piece of paper, and that's what you wanted. That's how you wanted to glue it there. So when you close it, you have something like that. So pretty soon I will be grabbing my tape runner, and I will be using my tape runner, and I'm showing you guys that the paper that I'm going to be using is the Bo Bunny, the Madeline collection paper. And this paper is gorgeous. I'm using a 6x6 paper pad that I get at Tuesday morning, and I also found some chipboard of the same collection. So that's the papers that I'm using, and it's so easy because it's 6x6, so it's a smaller piece of paper and it's easier to work with. Lately I'm trying to get more of the 6x6s than to get the big paper pads, because sometimes I use 4 or 5 pages that I really like, and the rest of them is sitting in there waiting for me to use it for another project, and then I don't find that cute, and I use all the pages that are cute and that is sitting in there, and I don't want anything to be waste like that. I want to be able to use everything. So for the outside cover of the decorative paper, that paper I'm going to cut it the same size, 6 by 4 3/4. I'm not gonna change the measurement for that. Right there I'm gathering how I want my album, the look in the outside part, and of course in the inside too, because I decorate both. But I'm doing now what is the cover. That's what I'm doing at this moment. And I'm cutting the pages again, 6 by 4 3/4 of an inch, 6 inches width by 4 3/4 inch long. And for the spine, I cut a piece, and I don't think I have that right here. Neither I showed it in the video, but I have a piece that it measures 2 1/4 inch. And the reason why I cut the spine piece in that measurement is because the front page that I'm going to use, it has these 2 cute birds in the front that I don't want them to be covered. So I need the front of what is the spine part I don't want that to cover the cute birds in the page, in the front page. So that's why I did cut it like in that measurement, so I can make it like look very, you know, narrow or small in the front page, and in the back it looks very a little bit wider, but it's okay because the papers match so beautiful. This collection looks so beautiful all together, and especially in the mini album I think it's gorgeous. So I'm so thankful that I decided to use this collection for this mini album. And there's that there, I'm cutting, and I'm telling you that that piece that I cut there, if is I think that one is the piece for the binding that I, yeah. Don't go by those measurements, because those measurements was before I noticed that I want to that I don't want to cover the birds in the paper, in the front paper that I'm using. So but now there I'm cutting the paper that is going to decorate the inside papers. So, and I have to cut a bunch of them. I think up in between 14 to 16 pages I have to cut to cover the pages inside. And that's what I'm going to start doing now, to cut the papers for the to decorate the inside of the album. And for those pages, the decorative pages are going to measure, for the inside are going to measure 5.5 width by 4.25 long. That's how much it's going to measure. So I'm counting there how many pages that I need to actually start cutting my decorative pages and to decorate the mini album. So I think I fast forward maybe through this part, because it's just cutting about 16 pieces of pages, one after the other, and I don't want you guys to get tired of looking at me doing the same process over and over. So I'm measuring and giving you the measurements again, and they are 5.5 width by 4.25 long. And this is why I want my pages, they have like a border in the white paper, to have that white border around it. So it looks, I don't know, to me it looks better. It I wasn't too precise about it, but it looks nice enough. I think it come out nice. I like the way it looks, and yeah. So when you do something homemade, it's not that, you know, like perfect or anything like that. But you have, the only thing you need to do is to make sure that everything looks cute and looks nice. And if you make a little mistake here and there, nothing happened. You don't have to throw it away your entire project because you made a mistake. One little boo-boo here and there, you know? So don't stress out too much about stuff like that, because it's things that we all can fix, and you know, it's not biggie at all. Right there I'm cutting the papers like I told you guys, that I'm going to be cutting the papers for the album, for the inside pages of the album. And I have somebody that asked me why I didn't make the corners look rounded. No, because I'm using those corners, those metal corners from Martha Stewart to embellish my album. I don't want them to actually look rounded. I want them to look like that. And yeah, right there I was showing you why I was cutting the paper a little bit smaller. That's why, that's the reason why. Because I want actually the paper that have like that white border around. So yeah, now I'm going to continue to cut the rest of the paper, but I'm going to show you now that I cut all the pieces of the paper that we need. And now all we need to do is start gluing all the pieces in the inside part of the album. And that's it. I'm using my tape runner for that. And now I'm fast forwarding this. Fast forwarding. I cannot talk anymore, guys. I think I'm getting tired. So that's the front cover. What I'm gluing now, the decorative paper for the front cover, for the cover itself. Front and back. And I'm so in love with that paper. It's so pretty. And you guys know that I like that minty color with pink is my favorite. So and I didn't plan to actually decorate the way I did decorate this album, but I did it and it come out so cute. I didn't plan on this. I just grabbed the paper and I start using the paper. So and there's me cutting, like I told you guys that I will be making the spine cover piece a little bit smaller because I don't want the birds in the front page to be covered. So but it come out beautiful. It looks gorgeous and I love it. I love it. You guys see that I just only cover a little bit of the bird, but I leave pretty much all of it, that anybody can see it. And in the back, I have a little bit more of a space, but it's okay. Nothing happened with that. I think that paper combination is excellent. Right there, I'm showing you guys that's how the front part looks. Now we're going to decorate the inside part, and the part in the middle, the spine, I'm not going to decorate that in the inside. I'm gonna leave it in white color. I don't think we need to, and because it's white paper, it's already covered and it looks nice like that. If you want, you can put a piece of paper there, the match, or you can cut actually your paper for the size. Like if you're using a 12 by 12 paper, you can cut it long enough to cover the whole entire inside part or the whole entire outside part of the cover. But I'm using a 6 by 6 pieces of paper, so that's why I just go ahead and leave it like that, and I think it looks nice. And you guys gonna see when we done how nice it looks. Right there, I'm going very fast, and um, see, now we have our cover pretty much done. We're gonna decorate it after we done a little bit more, embellish it. And now I put my TN on top to make a pressure on the paper to make it glue and stick together a little bit more and better. Um, and now that's when I'm going to start the process of decorating the inside part. And again, the measurements for the inside parts are, the inside pages are 5.5 width by 4.25 long, and this is for the decorative pages. It's 5.5 width by 4.25 long. So I think in there, I'm thinking, what I'm going to do, what pages I'm going to glue first, and, what order I want the page in the album, how I want them to look. I think it looks very, very nice. Yeah, that's what I'm doing there. I'm using my double-sided tape that I got at Tuesday morning. Because my tape runner, I think I'm gonna run out if I use it for all the pages. I'm back and forth throughout the whole video. Like sometimes I use my tape runner, sometimes I use my double-sided tape, or I use glue. I go back and forth in between things. But there I'm showing you how I'm gluing the decorative paper to the regular paper that I did make the album. So now I'm going to continue to do that. And I already put all the pages on the album because that's self-explanatory. Once you have the measurements, all you need to do is cut and glue. Or now I'm showing you guys how I'm going to add this to the cover, how I'm going to glue it to the cover. And like I said, that piece of half of inch that I score, that flat part, the measure half an inch, that's what we're going to glue to the back cover. To the back cover. We're not going to glue that to the spine of the album. We're going to glue that to the back cover, the back part. And there you have it. There you guys can see how it does looks like. It's going to look like I have a little bit of space, but once we decorate it and once we start putting things, it's gonna look chunkier. That's why you have to watch to how many pages are you going to use. I don't recommend you using more than 16 well, 8 pages. Front and back will be 16, but I don't recommend more than 8 to 10 pages in this type of mini album, because then it will get too chunky and then it won't close properly and it will look bad and it can broke. So I think now I want to create, yes, I'm going to create packets, and I'm going to create only 2 packets for these mini album. And these packets, you can put there more pictures if you want, or you can put in there a journaling card. Maybe you want to journal about the picture that you're putting there, and say, write something down for memories and stuff like that. So that's why we create packets sometimes. Sometimes our mini albums or our albums are kind of a journal thing too, because we write like the memories of the picture, where it was taken, who was the people in the picture, what year it was, stuff like that. And that's why it's always nice to create some of packets in the mini album or any type of album. So that's what I'm doing there. I just cut with my one of my circle puncher. I cut half of the circle, or maybe not even a half, maybe a quarter of the circle, just to give it that shape on the paper. And now I'm going to be gluing that in the page to create the packet. Guys, see? And I didn't embellish the packet too much in front of the camera. I will do, but you can do whatever you guys want. You guys can embellish the pages however you want. Like I said, I don't want to put too many items because I don't want it to look too chunky, and then it can get broke, and I don't want that to happen. Now I'm looking for another page to create another packet, because like I said, I want to have 2 packets, but I don't want to have them back to back. I want to have a little bit of the space. And I think I went back to the second page, or the part behind the first page, the back part, and I create another packet there in that pink floral paper right there. I create another packet, doing the same thing. You cut a piece of paper smaller, and if you have a puncher, you can punch a half of the circle just to give it that packet look. And then in there you can put, like if you have Project Life cards, you can add those there, or anything you want, actually, or more pictures. It's up to you. It's your mini album. You do with your mini album whatever you want. You use it the best you can, and nobody can tell you anything different. So, and like I said, this project was a very, very, very fun project to create. Its albums are nice to have. We always are taking pictures and all that. So I think the best way to have them and to have our pictures is to creating those albums. I'm sorry guys, I'm moving things here while I'm doing my voiceover, because my phone says that it's low battery, and I cannot let this happen now that we are about to get done with this. So yeah, right there I think I'm thinking what else I'm going to be doing. And all that. There I show you the chipboard from the Madeline collection that I'm going to be using and how I'm going to be using them. And also the packaging cardboard it brings is so beautiful. You can cut that out and use it too. Right there I'm going to use the bird cage chipboard sticker that this package bring. I'm going to use that in the front of the album, and look how pretty is that. I used the paper with the two little birds, and then I'm using this chipboard bird cage with the birds and all that to and it makes it like complete, like. And you guys wait, we're gonna add more stuff to that, and it looks so beautiful. Like I'm gonna add the ribbon, this pink ribbon. This it's not ribbon, it's more like how do you call this? It's ribbon, but it's also lace. It's a lace ribbon. That's what it is. And I get this lace ribbon. It's so beautiful. And I get that not too long ago at the Goodwill. And oh my God, the color is a perfect pink for this project. It's the perfect pink. I'm telling you guys. So pretty. So I will put that lace. At the beginning I was thinking where I gonna do, where I'm putting, if I'm gonna cover the whole four corners, all around the page, or what I'm going to do. Then I did cover the around the front and the back part of the front cover and the back cover, and I did it, and it looks amazing. There I'm putting, there is one of, that's the part where the glue didn't do too much of the good job, so I used my hot glue and I put the ribbon together and I glue it down, and it works perfectly fine. And yeah, I add ribbon, the lace ribbon, to the front and the back, and you guys gonna see that. Now in there I'm making sure that it's like that the album is getting glue like down really nice, and that these pieces are going to stay in there very nice. And I just want to show you guys how is that, how I did do that. So if you guys want to use the same idea, you guys can. And what I did is I lift a little bit of the sticker, the chipboard sticker, and I put my ribbon underneath so it looks nice, because I should have put the sticker a little bit down, more, a little bit down, but it was already glued there, so I don't want to remove it. So what I did is I lift a little bit that part, and it was easy that way. I hope you guys stay with me in this tutorial until now, because I know it's a long tutorial, but like I said, I want you guys to see the whole process. Because an album is nothing, it's not something that you can put together and just say 4 words and here, this is how I did it. No, it takes longer. And especially that I like to share with you guys the whole process, like how I decorate and all that. I'm using the hot glue to glue the lace, and that's completely fine. Or if you have another type of glue that dry fast, you can use that too. To me, the hot glue for this part, it works very nice. And oh my god, it looks so adorable. It's looking gorgeous. I know I'm repeating a lot. I'm repeating a lot myself, but I honestly, I do love the way these come out. Now I'm going to do the back cover, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. The only thing that my back cover doesn't have any like chipboard or anything like that, of course, because it's the back. We're just gonna put that lace ribbon around it, and then I'm going to use a Martha Stewart, the corners, the metal corners that I have from Martha Stewart. And oh my god, I think those metal parts, metal corner parts for the album, I did found those. Like, this was my first time that I went to Tuesday Morning to look for craft stuff. And I have to say that I'm just like, I don't have no more, so I'm heartbroken by that. I have to buy me more, try to find them or something similar, because this is awesome when you're creating albums or journals and stuff like that. You can put those corners and they look so beautiful. Right there is the spoolie of that ribbon that I'm using, that I get at the Goodwill. And I have a little bit of the mess because of the pieces of paper and all that. But you guys know when we craft, it's always a mess. Nobody can tell me they don't have a mess when they craft. We almost done with that part. My fingers are full of glue, as you guys can notice, because the hot glue, And if I again, have to say this: if you're using your hot glue, and be very careful, you don't get burned. We don't want that to happen. So look how pretty. Now I'm putting the banner that came in the chipboard kit that I got from the Bow Bunny collection. I don't gonna decorate every single sheet of paper, because no, I just want to leave a space for my pictures. Now I'm looking for a page where I can put that, and I think I'm gonna end up putting that there because it contrasts really, really well and it looks nice. So I put that there, and also in the paper with the burgundy with the pink flower, that paper right there, I will embellish it. I will put another piece of chipboard. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That piece of chipboard came apart, so I'm gluing it down and make it stick together again with the hot glue. And now I'm going to put it there, and I add a little bit of hot glue so it won't come off or anything. And there I will put the @ sign. There we go. And now I was like, should I leave it like that? No, but I need something else. I was like thinking and thinking, and yeah, I decide to add a little bit more things. And what I decide to add was those corners from Martha's store. That's how they came. So then I was, if I will do like my other mini album, where I just put two, one in each corner. But then I decide, no, I'm going to use 8 of them. I'm going to put 4 in the front and 4 in the back. Each corner will have a metal corner from Martha's store, because it looks so beautiful. So that's exactly what I did there. I don't know. It give a life, like it give a life to the album using those metal corners. I think it come out so beautiful. It makes it look complete and more professionally done, we can say. So now I'm getting the other 4. The other 4 corners and getting them done. And it's looking so nice. Right, I think now we are pretty much done with our album. And I think again for the 1000th time, I think it come out so beautiful. I hope so much that you guys enjoy this tutorial. I know it's long, but I hope you guys follow it and stay with me throughout the whole process. It's a very easy process. It come out very beautiful. I hope you guys enjoy as much as I did creating this with this paper pad from Bo Bunny, Madeleine collection from Bo Bunny, that I found out Tuesday morning. I hope you guys like it, and I hope you guys create something beautiful or get inspiration to create something beautiful. And I love, if you have a channel and you create a mini album, just let me know so I can go and watch your video. Sometimes, we got busy and we don't, sometimes I missed out in the videos, but if you guys create something like this, just let me know so I can watch it, because it's so pretty. Right there, I'm showing you guys how it looks inside. Right there, I feel like that with the banner was like so lonely, so I decided to put in stickers that says love in color gold. And maybe throughout the album I will add stickers in color gold. I just want to see how that gold sticker will look with the paper, and it looks cute. And I totally love it. So yeah, and right there I'm making sure that the banner stay put and everything looks nice. I'm going to flip through the mini album again. That paper is gorgeous. I've created a packet there that I'm going to show you now. Right there is the packet that we create. So beautiful. I put a piece of embellishment in that page. Another piece of embellishment from the chipboard pieces. There is another packet that I create. And like I said, you guys can embellish these packets a little bit more. I probably will do that. And that's it. That's the whole entire mini album. And they come out gorgeous. Well, guys, hope you guys like this video, and if you guys did like the video, I'm going to ask you to please leave me a comment down below, letting me know if you have any questions or if you have anything to say. And also leave me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up for this video. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. And I see you again in the next one. Bye bye, guys.